You think this will be, since this is like kind of the second round of shows, you think this might be a regular thing, an annual thing, or something that you'll come back to with the symphonies?
Well, when the idea was first presented to me, they wanted to know if I would be interested in being the first guest artist, meaning that they want to continue this with some other artists. And I'd love to see that happen. Each artist would pick different material, different arrangements, different arrangers. If some of them wanted to use these arrangements, they would be welcome. But I'd love to see that happen as well. And I wouldn't rule out doing it again myself. But I'd like to see some other people give it a whirl.
As far as collaborations go, what has been, in your vast experience here with working with other people, what has been the most challenging, and when I say challenging, maybe the most musically satisfying?
I mean, looking at the whole big picture?
Yes,
that's
if that's possible. I know there's different moments and different artists mean different things.
It's hard for me to pinpoint. You know, there have been such. I mean, working with the Allman Brothers, working with the Dead, working with the Symphony, are all huge opportunities for me that I've really, really enjoyed a lot. And having Gov't Mule as a laboratory to do anything we want to do has been amazing. As far as like sitting in with other artists or working together on like a momentary project or something, working with Bob Dylan or Eric Clapton or people like John Lee Hooker, who passed away. I was fortunate to play with him. I've been very lucky that on a long list of people I would have wanted to play with, I've been able to check most of them off, and I feel very fortunate in that regard. And all the different things that I do have led me to other opportunities, and I'm happy to kind of bounce back and forth.
Yeah, it's quite the resume. Is there anyone you want to work with in the future? You're still, that's on that list?
Well, there are people like Neil Young and Tom Waits and people like that I admire as artists and songwriters that I've never actually done anything with, and I would, obviously say yes if something like that were to come about, but it's not something that I've pursued.
You just kind of wait for the offer.
Well, do what you do and see what happens.
Right. I want to touch on the Allman Brothers briefly again, and I know we talked about it on the phone, and you stated that, you thought that this would be the last year, and that you all agreed that you didn't want it to become a nostalgia act, but then some members of the band, I guess, had a change of heart. Would that mean that you will continue with the band, or are you still going to depart at the end of this year?
Well, my prediction is that the band will stop touring at the end of this year. It's something we've been talking about for about 3 years now. And, the Allman Brothers is a unique band in the way that improvisation is such a huge part of what we do and what the band has always done. And long shows that are very intense. They're not my words when I say that the band has always said that if it were to ever see the threat of becoming a nostalgia act, it would want to stop. That's something I've been hearing from the original members since I joined the band 25 years ago. And thankfully, that hasn't happened, but I'm sure we could all agree that it's nice to kind of predict that at some point it would, and go out on a high note before that happens. And a lot of bands could continue playing their songs and play their hit songs, well after their prime, so to speak. But I don't think the Allman Brothers Band has ever considered itself that kind of band. It's always considered itself a band that leaves everything on the stage every night and is always looking to break new ground. And we all love playing together. We all have such a enormous amount of love and respect for the music that the band has created from the very beginning that, I think it's something that we can all agree on, but it looked like we were all in agreement, and some people were starting to vacillate a little bit, but we'll see. I'm happy whatever happens. You know, I wish nothing but the best for the band. They're one of my favorite bands of all times. When I was 9 years old, that love affair started.
And he ended up playing with him for over 20
You know,
years. That's amazing.
25 years.
Yeah.
I feel like what an amazing opportunity. But I think Derek and I and some of the other members as well feel like that. You know, it's good to go out on a high note.
Maybe a symphonic Allman's performance like this. Some of the music, like I'd like to hear Dreams with an orchestra behind it. That would be pretty amazing.
You know, Greg did an orchestra tour back in the '70s, and they recorded it, and it was beautiful. I would love to hear him do something with a symphony. You know, and I think he did something recently with a symphony in Georgia. A lot of his solo work is perfect for that. You know, and I think Greg loves doing his own thing. You know, it's kind of reached a point where all the members enjoy doing what they do outside of the Allman Brothers, and in some ways, even more. So you know, it's odd that it's not a personal thing. It's not a political thing. It's just that most of us feel like it's the right thing to do.
It just feels right. That's what it's about. That's what the Allman Brothers are about. Like the Dead. It feels right.
Yeah, and you know, you can't rule out anything. You know, if the band wants to do a reunion in the future, that I think there are a lot of possibilities for how to go about that. You know, but you know, again, it's something that we've been talking about for a long time, and when Derek and I released our press release, it was based on the fact that we agreed on something and then we made plans accordingly. And so we're just kind of honoring that. And, you know, it's been a really difficult decision because we all love the music so much and love playing together so much that it's never going to be an easy decision to make.
So, finally, what's next for you? You're doing the Jerry Garcia Symphonic Celebrations. You said you were going to do a few gigs with the Mule. So after this, what's the next project for Warren Haynes?
We're going to continue to promote the new Gov't Mule record, Shout, which came out in
which
late
is really amazing, by the way.
Oh,
I love the whole concept of bringing in the other vote. No offense, but Toots Hibbert, man, you know, and bringing in Elvis Costello again, always surprising with your collaborations, and that's just a great idea.
We love the new record, and we're very proud of it, and want to continue promoting it for a long time. We've been going to a lot of places we've never been. We just did Australia and Japan. We got another European tour coming up. As far as after that's all over, you know, another Gov't Mule record. Which, you know, we really love playing together, and the chemistry that we have right now is wonderful. I'd love to do another solo record, but it'll probably be quite different from my last one, which was Man in Motion.
All right. Well, Warren, again, thanks for letting us invade your space here at Symphony Hall. Thank you for taking the time with us.
Sure.
Warren Haynes, and tonight at Symphony Hall, it is the Jerry Garcia Symphonic Celebration, and looking forward to that. And good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.